Now, for the first time in a decade, Indian-administered Jammu and Kashmir is holding elections or polls to elect local representatives. The state's legislature was dissolved in 2019 after Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government stripped it of its autonomy. Now, the border province is of immense strategic importance to New Delhi, with parts of it claimed by India, Pakistan and China. Ishan Garg is in Kashmir to find out what the hot-button issues will be for voters in this election.
For 5 years now, people in the Indian-administered Jammu and Kashmir region have not had a locally elected representative. And for the past 10 years, they have not had local elections at all. Now, this region is particularly notorious for low voter turnout. But this time around, people say they are going to come out and vote in large numbers to make sure they are electing representatives who will become the voice of the Kashmiri people. Voters here have a laundry list of demands, from wanting better jobs and business opportunities to measures to lower the cost of living. But given Kashmir is one of the most militarized regions in the world, political stability and relief from a perpetual threat of violence is the main demand of most voters.
And अब ये security और कुछ मंगवा रहे हैं यहाँ पे for the elections, well, that means there is something security issues here settle here, and people are being suffocated. They don't know what the issues we should talk. हम किस पे बात करें?
अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट की बात है तो वो सबसे मेजर इशू है यूथ के लिए बेसिकली, या इन्फ्लेशन जो हो रहा है या फिर हमारी सुनवाई नहीं हो रही है. सो दीज आर द मेजर इश्यूज है अभी जो यूथ सफ़र कर रहा है. तो वो कुछ बेसिक फैसिलिटीज भी नहीं है जो रेस्ट ऑफ द इंडिया में मिल रही है.
Jammu and Kashmir has for decades witnessed an armed insurgency against Indian rule, with New Delhi blaming Pakistan for supporting separatists and sending terrorists into this region to fuel unrest, a charge Islamabad denies. Both India and Pakistan govern parts of the wider Kashmir region. After its special status was revoked in 2019, the Indian government claimed unrest was brought under control and the area has since seen more development. But skirmishes between militants and the Indian Army continue, with at least 2 being reported this weekend. On the face of it, the election here is a two-way contest between Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Bharatiya Janata Party and a coalition of national and regional opposition parties called the India Bloc. But a closer look reveals how significant local players are. The BJP is fielding candidates for 59 out of the 90 assembly seats up for grabs, mostly from Hindu-majority areas, while reports say it's also supporting many independent contestants. This is despite Interior Minister Amit Shah earlier claiming that the party would contest all the seats in the region. Before revoking the region's autonomy, the BJP was in power here by extending support to a regional party. Their main federal opposition, Congress Party, is teaming up with long-time regional partner National Conference. And there are at least 3 other local parties hoping to secure enough seats to have a say in policy making. One of the core issues on voters as well as the politicians' mind here is the abrogation of Article 370 in 2019. This section of the Indian Constitution gave Kashmir autonomy over the state's domestic affairs. In all the other Indian states, these powers are shared between the states and the federal government. Now, these powers, or what some would call preferential treatment, was one of the preconditions on which the erstwhile Kingdom of Jammu and Kashmir decided to join the Indian state in 1947, when the country got independence from British colonial rule. Now, these powers have been watered down over the years, but a complete removal of Article 370 remained a key poll plank of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's BJP. When it was finally carried out, Modi's supporters claimed it would finally help integrate Kashmir with the rest of India, while critics called it an anti-democratic exercise targeting what was India's only Muslim-majority region. Following the revocation of Kashmir's special status, nearly all of Kashmir's biggest political players were either detained or put under house arrest for months. And an internet blackout was imposed for 18 months, the longest in the world. In getting rid of Article 370, Jammu and Kashmir state's legislature was also dissolved. The region was then divided into 3 union territories or federally controlled regions. The BJP says the move has helped restore normalcy in the area, but locals disagree. The BJP has long claimed that Jammu and Kashmir's special privileges fueled unrest in the region and held the state's economic progress back.
ये 5 सालों में यहाँ पे डेवलपमेंट, विकास, पीस, हर कोई यहाँ कैलेंडर निकलते थे। कैलेंडर जब निकलते थे एक महीने में पर मंथ 5 दिन ऊपर रहते थे स्कूल्स, कॉलेजेस और 25 डेज क्लोज रहता था। आज हर बच्चा आराम से स्कूल जाता है। जो हमारे मजदूर भाई है दिन में मजदूरी करने जाते थे टाउन में, कहीं गाँव में, शाम को पता नहीं था वो वापस आएंगे। इतना बम ब्लास्ट हुआ करता था, वो सारा खत्म हो गया।
Rafiq Wani says he's the only BJP candidate with a real shot at winning a seat for the BJP from the Kashmir Valley, where the party has traditionally not enjoyed any support, despite Modi claiming Kashmiris supported the revocation of Article 370. Of the 47 seats in the region once marred by militant attacks and frequent bomb blasts, the BJP is only contesting 19. Wani says if BJP wins the election, they will reinstate Jammu and Kashmir's statehood. The Modi government further claims only it can grant the region full statehood and is urging locals to vote for the BJP. Other political parties are also demanding for the region's statehood to be reinstated, which will grant it better access to funds, more independence in policy making and pursuing its own direction. The local people here say that these elections will be a welcome democratic exercise, but what they truly want is the region's statehood to be reinstated, and that's what will truly bring normalcy back to this area. Ishan Garg, CNA, Anantnag, Kashmir.